So, welcome back, everybody. Last session, you all were making your way further and further northward when you stopped at the quiet frontier town of Red Larch. At Red Larch, you all conversed with locals, ate, drank, visited the local All-Face shrine that was run by a drow woman, a drow follower of the good drow goddess. Man, I totally forgot her name. But yes, a follower of the good drow goddess. I believe her name is Illustre, and you were all able to rest after your many trials that led you here. Then, as you all left Red Larch, between that small town and your next stop off at Westfall, you all had a bit of an unexpected interruption by an ancient green dragon by the name of Claugiela Yamatar, and she luckily had some not nefarious designs for all of you. She had come to share some information with you all, hoping that it would clear a debt that she had with one of your party members' organizations. She imparted this information as much as she could and then took to the sky after leaving you all with a bit of a gift, a remnant of a former meal that she had had. And yeah, so she took off without any sort of confrontation, just gave you guys some good information and then departed. Not long after that, later on down the road, you witnessed a flying tower with a massive wizard's hat at its peak. It came floating down out of the storm clouds and lowered essentially a ladder for you all. A spiral staircase of cloud stuff descended from this tower, and it followed you guys around, pretty insistent on your company. So you all ascended this staircase of clouds, this ramp of clouds, with your carts, your horses, and all other stuff, and you were greeted at the top of this tower by Zephyros, a cloud giant who was benevolent towards these small folk. He offered to ferry you all around the Sword Coast aboard his flying tower, having seen your importance in the coming events through several scrying methods that he had been using. Possibly scrying into some powers that might not have been too wise to scry into. But yeah, he was pretty benevolent towards all of you, wanting to be involved in the making of history that you all were bound to be involved with, he saw. But it wasn't long after that things started to go a little bit strange. A group of dwarves intent on destroying what they perceived as the cloud giant menace arrived. But luckily, with Horus's aid and with some smooth talking and diplomacy, you were all able to put these dwarves at ease. But soon after that, a new and far more terrible threat revealed itself to you all, as an ancient dragon of enormous proportions slammed into the side of the tower, nearly knocking the entirety of the structure out of the sky and knocking all of you prone. One of you rushed outside to get a look at this creature and saw a massive blue dragon scaling the outside of the tower, climbing up towards the peak. And that is where we pick up today. Alright, everybody. So, as this creature, you can feel every time its claws fall onto the side of the building, raking its way farther and farther up this tower. You can hear panicked cries coming from the floor above you, several dozen feet up through that hole in the ceiling that Zephyros disappeared into earlier. The dwarven contingent around you immediately draws their weapons and prepares for combat. What do you all want to do?
Is there a way to warn the silver dragon that's up there?
The silver dragon and this blue creature are already well aware of each other. At the end of last session, they were calling back and forth to one another, almost challengingly. The roars of the blue creature far overpowering those of the silver dragon at the peak. As you are hearing this, you hear as you're all preparing yourselves, you hear what sounds like the smaller of the two dragons at the top let loose a thunderous roar. They are most certainly aware of each other.
Well, my character is going to start by casting the Shillelagh spell on his quarterstaff.
Okay.
And, he looks around and says, "It's pretty clear that this blue dragon wishes to destroy this entire structure and us with it. I don't see that we have much of a choice besides to try to drive it off."
The dwarves around you are like, "Aye, to battle!"
We should avoid whatever breath weapon it has. We should seek cover.
Horus, as you say that, the sky outside brightens in this bright blue lightning flash, and you all hear a pained screech from above. And one of the dwarves looks up and shouts, "Clarion!" At that point, I need everyone to roll initiative. Y'all would hear Zephyros upstairs shouting, crying out. You hear him shouting some names every now and then. Remember hearing him mention griffins that were up there. Okay, so Dandy. All of this going on around you, what do you want to do? You know, I'm sorry, let me get the dwarves in the initiative real quick.
How far above are Clarion and Big Blue?
So, you remember seeing the tower when you all first arrived, and it was huge. It was giant-sized, and Zephyros himself had no trouble walking around in this place. Plenty of headroom for him. The peak of the tower from the ground level is about 220 feet straight up. The hole in the floor above you all is 90 feet up. The hole that Zephyros levitated up and through. You all see the dwarves. They will act first. They draw their weapons and they all rush outside, hoping to find a way up to the top of this structure. So. Okay, anyway, it's on you.
All right. So, Danny's gonna pull out her +1 axe, give it a kiss, and tell it it's time to do something stupid. She is going to initiate her radiant soul.
Okay.
So those purple kind of electric-looking wings.
Yep.
Come out, and she's gonna tell Horus that it's time to start praying. Since he's a cleric, that's his job.
It was never a time to stop.
She's going to use her action, I guess, dash, whatever. Can she dash flying? Like up?
Oh yeah, you can dash straight up. So that would get, what's your fly speed?
The 35, hold on. 30. It is.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get a visualization of what's going on here a little better for you guys. I'm going to put you guys onto a secondary map so you guys can get the verticality of this. One moment.
Sorry, I'm trying hard to find where it says how fast I fly. I think it's 30 feet.
Okay, guys, so on the right-hand side of the map, you can get a good look at the verticality of this place. Let me create a light source over here for you guys.
So there were some places the giant told us never to go.
He said that he would prefer you not to enter into the second chamber that he is currently in.
Right. That may not, refer to combat conditions.
Indeed. You guys know Zephyros is a little eccentric but reasonable. I'm sure he would not be like, hey, get out of here, stop trying to save me. I'll get you guys a light source right now that can illuminate this area.
Oh my.
Yeah. So you guys are all down on the bottom floor of this right now. Dandy, you would have just ascended. What was your fly speed? 30 probably?
30, yeah.
Okay, so you would have been able to ascend 60 feet at a dash. So you made it to there. Alright. Now, you all hear, and Dandy, you can hear it just a little bit clearer. A low, rumbling voice speaking in Draconic. It seems to be coming from the storm itself all around you. Drake, I know you speak Draconic. Anybody else?
Nope.
I do not.
Okay, and then Frederick would have been the other one that spoke Draconic. Okay, so Drake, you know that this is some sort of an incantation being spoken in Draconic. It is asking, not necessarily asking, more demanding that the stone itself rise up and fight. And as that incantation ends, you all see back here in the main chamber, the stone begin to writhe beneath your feet, along the walls, beginning to take almost vaguely humanoid forms until you see bat-like wings begin to form as well. Pig-like snouts, horns on their heads, as the stone itself forms into several gargoyles.
Oh, well, this ain't good.
Oh,
Andy,
that's,
one
that's
of them
great.
shoots straight up from the wall and gives chase to you, dashing right behind you.
Yay! Something to hit.
It actually catches up to you, Dandy, flying straight up a full 60 feet to meet with you, and then it latches onto one of your legs, and Dandy, it is an 18 to hit.
Meets it.
For 3 slashing. It then attempts to bite you.
Oh.
Only gets a 6 to hit on that one, though.
Yes.
Are you raging?
I'm not raging yet, no.
Just
I
Radiant Soul
can't-
so far.
Yeah, I couldn't Radiant Soul and Rage once.
Radiant Soul ASMR Barbarians are just so cool. Just like major, like, yeah, they're super cool. It's just super flavorful. Okay. Silrin, the one that rose up out of the ground nearest to you, turns its stony snout towards you. Here, so you guys can get a good look at him. Turns its stony snout towards you and lunges at you, Silrin. It is a 23 with the claws for a 6 slashing, and then another 23 with the bite for 8 piercing. So 6 and 8 to 14. That's this one here. We got this one. This one here is also going to rush at Silrin. Silrin, it is an 8 and a 9 to hit. Both miss, I'm sure. Brevin 1 comes scurrying across the ground for you just as it finishes pulling its leg out of the stonework of the wall, comes rushing towards you.
Oh, good.
It is a 17 and a 13 to hit
13 misses, 17
for
hits.
6 slashing.
Okay, so
Dandy, 2 more take to the sky to try and reach you.
Someone just hit Revan?
Yes, someone just hit
Who
Brevin.
was- Okay, I can intercept that.
You got it. The 17 hit him.
yeah, he got me for 6 points of damage.
So I just...
Nice, you could reduce that to 0. Okay. Down to 4. You took 4 damage.
That's not bad.
Dandy, 2 more gargoyles fly up, obviously far faster in the air than you are. They rise to meet you, and in midair, it is a 16 and an 11,
Both miss.
followed by a 16 and an 11. Wow, lots of repeats tonight already.
Both misses.
Right.
They're fast, but I'm dodgy.
Okay. That is all of the gargoyles, which brings us to Drake. Drake, you can hear shouting in Draconic from up above. You can hear... It sounds like an argument happening between a child and a very angry adult up there. Clear to see who is who. Clarion, the silver dragon, dwarfed by the massive visage you saw climbing the tower. You can hear them shouting at one another, almost in primordial languages, almost too old for even you to understand. But the central theme seems to be Clarion begging for a reason why. And then you hear some blows fall, and more shrieks from Clarion. Your turn, Drake.
Alright. I'm going to... Two at no, 3 spells. Alright, we're gonna do a nice little chromatic orb at the closest one to Silverin.
Okay. Oh, nice.
That's gonna be thunder damage.
Ooh.
Feels
Okay.
good.
Yeah, I bet. Those 37 points. Okay.
Damn, it's still alive.
Oh yeah, it's
Okay,
still alive.
damn, these guys are really chunky. Alright, cool, good to know. Bonus action, I will just set that to Titan weight. My turn is finished.
Okay. Horus.
Am I on?
Yep, you're good.
I'm muted. Okay. So I'm going to turn on some armor, which is just a bonus action.
Okay.
There's and I'm gonna move. I can't click on my
Oh, you
I'm
have
on
the
the wrong
you have the
thing.
rule. You have the
Right.
ruler on. You got to
Then
go
I-
Victor.
Is this the one that was chromatic orbed?
Yeah, it is.
We will cantrip him. DC 13.
Got it. Dexterity gets a 16, unfortunately.
Okay.
Skull watches this
And,
radiant energy shoots down from above, and the gargoyle just ducks out of the way. Go ahead, Horus. Anything else?
Nope, that's good.
Right. Brevin, you can hear the 2 dragons high overhead, still engaged in their fight, although it is quite clear who is winning up there. Go ahead.
I'm going to start by using a bonus action to cast Hex on the gargoyle in front of me.
Okay.
And then I'm probably just going to try to blast it with an Eldritch Blast.
Oh boy.
So let us see how we do.
22 hits.
Okay, so
Max damage on the hex, 2 hits.
nice.
Oh no, sorry, 2 damage on the hex. So yeah, okay, never mind. So it's 2 damage on the hex, 4 from Agonizing Blast, 5, 4, so 11 total.
Okay. And I think that kind of takes up what I can do, and if I move to get an attack, I'll stay where I'm at.
Got some crumpling going on.
Oh, I said, if I move, he'd get an attack of opportunity, so I'm going to stay where I'm at.
You got it. Silrin.
Soren's going to scream like a banshee at both of these two. He's going to cast his Siren's Cry
Nice. Hell yeah.
for trash damage.
Oof.
But they are made out of stone,
They
which
are
means they
indeed
have disadvantage.
Get that marker out. See just best area effect for this here. 4. Just want to get these two, right?
Yeah, just those two.
Got it. DC for 6 damage.
Yes.
What's the DC?
13.
Thank you. They both fail. Silver, you can see cracks forming all along the exterior of the one south there.
Yeah, that's all Soren's gonna do.
Okay. Eastern.
He is going to... Dandy is too... Well...
Dandy is 60 feet up.
Yep.
Yeah, he can't make it that far, so he's just going to pester that one beside Brevin to try to give a disadvantage on him, to give Brevin an advantage on the next attack on it.
Okay.
Or whoever attacks it next, I should say.
You got it. So advantage on whoever attacks this one next.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Was going to have him help out Dandy, but she's just a little too high up
Yeah.
for him to get there.
So I'm gonna, Dandy, on the right side map, I'm gonna put you where you are so we can get a good visualization of where you're at on there.
Okay.
Right there. Alright, so you see the dwarves, several of them rush outside to look up and try to get a look at the dragon that bore them here, Clarion the Silver Dragon. And the one in the front turns and says, Idar! Ewan! Nault! Get in there and help them! Griswanda! Dana, this way! And he points up, and they all three of them exit the tower and start looking up. You can see them beginning to gather climbing gear, pulling things out of their packs and everything, preparing to scale the side of this tower. When the other three come rushing back in to help you. So Brevin, the two next to you begin swinging away at the gargoyle in front of them, doing their best to hack into it with their battle axes. Got 2 hits for 11 damage on that gargoyle.
Nice.
This one here can't get anywhere. Dandy, we're back to you.
All right. I'm going to keep trying to fly up to
Okay.
get to Clarion.
Are you gonna take opportunity attacks from them?
No, I'm gonna attack the ones who are like all over me though. The one directly to my my left. I'm gonna hit with my axe, please.
Okay, got it.
Did it not? Did it not come up?
It did not come up. Did you hit that in your token actions?
Yes. It is not clicking on me.
Yeah, we'll check it
Or
right now.
for me.
Click off your token and click back on, and then try it again.
Click. Nothing. I'll just go to my character sheet.
Okay, yeah. Oh, weird.
Oh,
Okay, 13.
let's use the first one.
13 does not hit.
13. Okay. All right.
All right, so you're. Go ahead.
I was to say, so I'm just going to initiate my rage, and if I can fly up further, I'm going to try to.
Okay, you will take opportunity attacks by doing so. Okay. 3 claws coming your way. The first one hits, but with your rage initiated, it is only going to do 4 slashing to you. The other 2 miss.
Oh.
So you are going up another 30 feet.
Thank you.
Dandy, at this point, you can see up into the room where Zephyros is, and you can see him sitting in a corner, wide-eyed. You can't see too much of him, maybe just like the upper portion of his like upper shoulders and his head. He seems to be sitting in a corner, wide-eyed, and staring up at the ceiling. Dandy, if you were to look up, you would see what he is staring at. Something is ripping the top of his tower off.
All right.
That was a
I'm gonna
great hat.
ask him. Totally not scared myself. Hey, any assist would be great about now.
You make a perception check real quick, Dandy.
Okay. Perception.
And insight as well. Perception, yeah, I'll let you know why in a moment.
And insight.
Dandy, he's mumbling something to himself over and over again. You can't quite hear what he's saying to himself, but he's mumbling something to himself over and over again. He is clearly panicked, in shock.
Okay.
Seeing such a large creature, such a vulnerable state, I'm sure is not very reassuring, but that is what we've got.
It's okay. I'm too stupid to be scared.
All right, Dandy. Is that the end of your turn?
It is.
Brings us back to the gargoyles. Dandy, the 3 that are surrounding you are going to continue their ascent, except now, instead of attacking you, all 3 of them try to wrap their arms around you, basically trying to restrain you.
Stranger danger!
Trying to grapple you and drag you back down away from the top of this tower. So, I need contested athletics checks, Dandy. You get to do so at advantage since you are raging.
Is my lightning stuff reactionary?
I don't believe so. I believe you have to use a bonus action to activate it.
Okay, so it's Dex, you said, and Strength?
I'm sorry, athletics. 3 athletics checks.
Okay.
You do. They all get to be made at advantage. Awesome. So, Dandy, as these things are reaching their claws out, trying to grab a hold of you, trying to pull you down, how do you stop them? Because you most certainly do handily.
I become a cyclone of wings and axe.
Nice.
I'm an air ballerina.
Because of those back-to-back crits, I will say that they each take, let's say, 4 slashing from your axe.
Thank you.
All right, Drake.
Sorry.
There were guys on the grounds who got actions.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. That is very true. Thank you, Horus. Lots to
Sorry.
keep track of here. No. I appreciate that. I'm yeah. Sorry for everyone else, but thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. The gargoyle in front of you, Brevin, is going to turn towards the dwarves that are hammering at him with their axes. Start swinging away at them, and it does hit both for 14 total damage on them. Okay. Silrin, we have one next to you that is going to take a claws bite. 17 and 7 to hit, Silrin.
The 17 hits.
For 7 slashing. Horus, you doing something about that?
Yep.
Okay. 1 slashing, Silrin. Good stuff.
Got it.
Horus, the one closest to you is going to turn and it lets loose this growl at you, but it sounds almost like gravel falling down a plane instead of an actual creature growling at you. And it is going to claws for 20. It's a 20 to hit. The bite is a 12 to hit.
They miss.
Okay. Yep, you have shield up, absolutely. Okay. And that is all of them. Go ahead, Drake. Thank you, Horus. I appreciate it. Not quite as good as the first one. Womp womp.
I'll damn. Yeah, I'll just sit tight.
Okay. Horus.
I'm gonna aid Silrin on the. Oh, here, I'll flank the one in front of
Nice.
Silrin, and that gives him advantage.
That does.
Okay, then I will aid him to hit the guy next to him, just in case he wants to hit either one. No, let's drop. Let's cantrip him. I'm due for something. Yeah, you go. 13 for 1.
Nice. I mean, 1 rounded up is still 1. So.
It's radiant.
Go team!
All right. Yeah, he does fail to save and take the 1.
And knowing is half the battle.
You got it.
All right, Horus. Anything else?
Nope, I'm done. Thanks.
Right, Brevin.
Okay. Well, I am going to blast this one in front of me again, since he has the hex on him, because why not?
14.
Does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit.
Well, I am also going to since that missed, I will use that form of dread to get some temporary hit points, because I suspect I might be needing them relatively soon. Oof. Well, at least got 5 temporary hit points.
Okay. Anything else?
I guess where I'm at, I suppose that'd be where this one in front of me is being flanked for the 2 dwarves there, so at least they'll get some advantage next time around.
Indeed. Right, Silrin.
I will also use Fey Ire on top of that one as a bonus action, and I will swing at him. Uh, 26?
26 certainly hits. And Silrin,
will-
as your rapier pierces into this guy, give me just 1 second. You do, oh, nice, you have a +1 rapier. I forgot about that. Good stuff.
Yes.
That is important. Okay, yeah. 10, your rapier pierces through, and it gets perfectly into one of the fissures that had formed in this thing. It slides through and just cracks this thing squarely in half.
I will also use my defensive flourish, just for a bit more of damage, but mostly for the armor bonus.
I think you already killed it, but
Yeah, but I still get
Just with the armor?
the AC. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else for Silrin?
No.
Can you step
that's-
closer to me 5 feet?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes, I will entangle this one between myself and Horus.
Okay.
Oh, do you want me to just be closer to you?
Well,
I think he has to
Either-
be within 5 feet to protect you.
No, I'm setting Horus up. I'm distracting him. Horus is gonna get a good hit this time.
my hits suck.
Right, Horus is like, but I don't hit things, I help people.
It's good. It's good. It's time to shine, Horus.
Okay.
Meh.
Beat him like a steel what is it, bar.
Alright. Okay, E's turn.
I'm considering these other dwarves are here around this thing, he's going to get here and he's gonna at least start to head up towards the same direction that Dendy and these 3 gargoyles are. I'm not sure how close he can get to them.
How exactly are you going? Are you going up, like climbing the wall?
He's gonna fly up after them.
Oh, how do you have a fly speed?
E.
Oh,
He does.
E.
Sending the
Blit.
bat.
Blit. Sorry.
E has a 30-foot fly speed.
Okay, fantastic. So we'll go
I
ahead and
figure
put a
he'll try
copy
to-
of E over here too.
Yeah, he's probably gonna try to dash to get close, but I don't think he's gonna quite be able to make it.
He's gonna be able to make it to right about there.
Okay.
Okay. At the top of the round, you guys hear one final thunder-cracking roar from up high overhead. Sounds like a roar of triumph. Followed by shouts from the dwarves below as they shout, "Look out!" And you see, Brev, and anyone that can see out this front door here, sees the 3 dwarves dive out of the way of something. Deck saves for them real quick. Them do fail. You see them try to dive out of the way, but so heavily armed and armored, they are unable to get out of the way in time as the hulking, immobile form of a gravely wounded silver dragon comes falling out of the sky and crashes to the ground there.
Like the ground, or
The
the
clouds.
towers?
The clouds. It
Okay.
hits just as hard as it hit Concord.
Ooh.
The other dwarf is going to come over to here and just try his best to get this dragon to wake, and is being unsuccessful at the moment. Dandy, from where you are, you hear one final massive rending of stone, and this entire section, from here up, if you can see that, is ripped away. And you see this huge creature pull half of its bulk down and into the chamber below. Look down and look around. He looks down and you can see this creature, this dragon, spot Zephyros crouching in a corner. And it begins to speak, and again, it sounds like this deep and booming voice is coming from the entirety of the storm all around you. Begins to speak low and threateningly in Draconic. Drake, you know that this creature is saying, "You've meddled far enough, young one. No further. Your scrying stop now, or I will be back for you." And at that, you hear this huge inhalation of breath. All of you can hear it from where you are. Followed by another enormous flash of light. Dandy, you see the light go past Zephyros. He is not the target of this. Something in the corner of the room that he's standing in is struck. Something out of your sight. And this dragon then pulls itself up and out the top of the tower. Takes to the sky. The dwarves are still all around. The storm, the lightning seems to have stopped for just a brief moment. The gargoyles pause and then lunge forward at all of you. Then, you guys see the dwarves that are surrounding Clarion look down towards the dragon. One of them looks back and says something's wrong, and you see the silver dragon rise up to its feet, and you see blue fire in its eyes, trailing upwards and away. The dwarves around him take a step back, unsure of what to do. The dwarves here just continue their assault against the gargoyles. With a 15 and unfortunately a 9 to hit, that 9 misses, 24 hits, 23 hits. So for a total of 16, 24. Okay.
I'm sorry, who took damage?
The gargoyle did. The dwarves are still attacking the gargoyles.
Okay.
The dwarves,
okay,
the dwarves that
sorry.
are inside are attacking the gargoyles. Right. This one. That guy. Both misses. You guys watch outside as the silver dragon rises up to its full impressive bulk. Looks down and around, that blue flame in its eyes still trailing away, leaving wisps behind it. It then lunges at the dwarf closest to it. A 30 to hit deals 28 piercing damage to that dwarf. You hear a cry. The dragon rears its head back, whips itself around a couple times, and flings the dwarf from the cloud. Then swings its tail around behind it at another dwarf. Striking it squarely in the chest and sending him flying back. It's your turn, Dandy.
Can Dandy see the dragon is got the crazy blue eyes now?
I would actually say that, Dandy, you wouldn't really see what just happened with Clarion from your position.
Okay. So as far as I know, he just fell and hit the cloud.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to try and convince Zephyros to get out of the corner and heal his friend, heal the silver dragon, who was clearly here to help us.
Okay.
I mean, they did come here to attack you, but we corrected that, so now they're on our side. We should probably help them.
Dandy, I need you to make a persuasion check. Do so at disadvantage, please. As Zephyros is still thoroughly panicked.
The only way we're getting out of this is if we do it together, so big boy pants.
He can see you, Dandy. His eyes lock with yours, but he's still shaking his head. I can't. She'll come back. I can't interfere any further.
Well, I can. And I'm gonna come back down.
Okay.
I have to hit myself, don't I, to keep my rage on?
You have to
Or
attack
attack
something,
something.
or attack something.
Okay, gargoyle.
Dandy, quick little tip. I'm not saying that you should do this. I'm just saying that it's an option for you. As a barbarian, during your rage, you do take reduced bludgeoning damage, so you could just drop, and you would take only about 12 damage when you hit.
That's a lot.
It is, but I'm just saying the damage roll would be halved on any falling damage that you took. So just for future reference, since you do fly so often, if you ever needed to get down quick, you could just drop.
Okay.
All right.
He is going to take a swing at one of the gargoyles.
Got it.
Pew! Oh, right, this is not working. Okay, so let me get my battle axe. Pew!
Sorry, it would have been 13 damage, not 12. All right. 12 does not hit. Do you have reckless attack yet?
Yes.
Are you attacking recklessly?
Sure.
Okay, 16 does hit.
Yay!
Slashing. What's the D10 from?
I don't know.
That's if she holds it with two hands.
Okay, got it.
Oh yeah, it was good.
No, because it's still just 1d10. Okay, we'll just take the first roll then. 1d10 plus 2 for strength. Okay. Which one are you swinging at, Dandy?
The one to my left.
Got it.
What do I hit for? Oh, I hit the other point for damage. I'm sorry. Hold on. Damage. Wait, was that wrong?
I just don't know what the source of the second 1d10 is.
I'm not sure.
I am taking a look. Probably.
Sorry, I just hit the button.
Good. Okay, we'll just ignore the second one for now. It does not appear to have a source. Your rage damage is already being included on there. Oh, it's the... No? Okay, I don't know. I don't know where it's coming from. Okay, Dandy, anything else after those hits? They do both, in fact,
She just
hit.
leveled up to 5 and she's getting her second attack.
Actually, that is a really good point. Think about what you guys want to do for level 5, because it's coming soon.
She's just gonna try and get down to help the dragon because she doesn't have a healing thing, not realizing yet that it's sketchy.
Okay, so 3 opportunity attacks from diving down out of their range. It is a 6, a 10, and an 11. Jeez, they can't hit shit.
Do you need me to do or,
What's up?
do I need to evade again?
No, they're not trying to grapple you right now.
Oh, okay.
So you used your full movement speed, 30 feet, flying straight down, right?
Yes, blowing raspberries at them as she goes.
Okay. Yep, the 3 are no longer trying to restrain you, Dandy. They are just going to rush up to you and just bite and claw. So, 3 claws, 17, 6, and 11.
Misses.
Okay. 3 bites, 5, 18, and 13.
18 hits.
For 6 piercing, you take 3 of it.
Okay.
All right. Getting an echo back. All right, back to the gargoyles. Hank, sorry, but it sounds like I'm getting an echo back from your end.
Is that better?
Yes, it is. It does. Yep, it's gone. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate
Okay.
it. Okay, so back to gargoyles. Those 3 after Dandy. This one here still going after dwarves. Crits one of the dwarves for 10 piercing. $22 for 4. Horus, the one in front of you, is going to attempt to bite claws with a 6 and a 16. Both misses.
Both miss.
And that is going to bring us to Drake.
Alright, how's everyone doing? Not too bad. Yeah, no good news here. We're just gonna... Is that one? I'm still alive, eh? Alright. Let's try and finish that one off. To hit.
15 does hit. Are you sure shooting one of the gargoyles, right?
Yep.
Which one?
The one right beside Brevin.
Got it. 15 does hit. And 8. Finish it off.
Oh.
Thunder damage again.
Yep.
The thing just explodes into hundreds of little pieces, sending fragments and dust all throughout.
Damn, if I'd known it was that low.
Well, it actually had exactly 8 hit points.
Still.
Perfect.
I might have just used a cantrip on him. Alright, that's it for me.
Okay.
Wait, no, that's not it for me. There's a big
Okay.
dragon over there.
There is.
One. I'm scared of a breath weapon right now. 2. So they're in the air. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll wait there.
Okay.
My turn's finished.
Horus.
Horus. Yeah. Save.
Alright.
AC 13.
Does fail. 7
Hooray.
radiant.
I'm going to when do they go again? That's fine. Oh. I'll move around. That's not the direction I want to go. I'm fine. Right there. That's it.
All
I'm
right.
done.
Brevin.
I'm done.
Well, the one in front of me is currently dead, so, knowing that something is up with the dragon, I am shifting my hex onto the dragon. And, since it's attacking the dwarves, I am going to launch an Eldritch Blast at it right quick. And then I'm going to... Does a 26 hit?
26 hits, and you can see the creature rear back and roar as it does, and you can see that light, that flame in its eyes glitter a brief moment as you hit it.
And, for my next move, I'm just going to climb on the wall and scurry over here.
Like a cockroach.
Yes. Very much like a cockroach.
Damn.
Now,
That's a 20 damage.
since I do have my...
Nice.
Now, since I do have my form of dread activated, it does have to make a saving throw. Pull up Gizmo so I can tell you how much. Has to make a wisdom saving throw, and if it fails, it's frightened to me until its next turn. Unless it's immune to the frightened condition.
That was a 26 pass.
It will.
I like how you
I
asked.
figured it would.
Right. So you see Brevin strike this creature with you strike the dragon with the Eldritch Blast. It rears back. You all watch that flame in its eyes flicker for just a moment before blazing once more, and it turns and roars into the structure. Soren.
Bonus action move Hex to the current one that we're fighting.
Okay.
I will stab it with
Stab.
praise.
22 hits.
22. I totally forgot. This is for the hex damage, and then this is. You know what? I'm going to save it because I think we got a bigger fight on our hands.
Okay.
12 total then.
You got it.
Yeah.
I will also swing closer to Horus.
Okay. E's turn.
E is going to fly down here to harass the gargoyles that are near Dandy to try to give her advantage on an attack on one.
Thanks, bestie.
He's just kind of spider monkeying on one of their faces.
Okay, nice. Okay. The dwarves that are outside, you can hear them shouting and pleading with Clarion. Why is he doing this? What's happened? What's wrong? So on and so forth, crying out to him, still unwilling to attack their friend. Ones inside have no compulsions against going after these gargoyles, though, so they're going to do that. Functions, I should say. Okay.
Are they low enough to go after?
Those ones are not. You are correct. Those ones are still up in the air after Dandy, so they will. Cool, just enough movement to get there, and he was there, so we can't get any closer. Okay, so whenever I have a creature that has breath weapons or recharge weapons or anything like that, I like to let my players roll them. So who would like to roll the d6 to see if the dragon gets to fuck you all up with a breath
Not it.
weapon?
Usually we jump on this. All right, let me see.
Hey, this is why we spread out a bit.
Okay. The dragon does not turn inside to spew a 60-foot spray of cold over all of you guys. Instead, it will attempt to attack its dwarven friends that are out here. And it is going to lunge at the first one in front of him with a bite attack. And 20 to hit is going to hit this dwarf for 22 piercing. And once again, you see the dragon just lunge, and those of you that are inside can't see exactly who is lunging at, but you hear telltale cries of pain from one of the dwarves. And then claws, two of them with a 28 to hit. The dragon rears back. You guys can see blood dripping from its jaws and its claws. That blue flame still pouring from its eyes as it begins to stalk into the room. Okay.
No.
Andy.
Bleh. I'm sorry, I'm reading something really quick.
Mhm.
Actually, damage one target only. Okay. So am I close enough to attack Clarion? Like, can I drop onto her and swing?
Let's see. On the ground level, you're still 50 feet up, so you could drop, but you would take 5d6 fall damage, but it would be halved by your rage.
Can I, when I drop, can I swing when I drop?
Yeah, you can swing once you hit the ground.
Okay. I would like to drop.
Can she dive bomb?
I will let you make a single attack. Okay, yeah, that does seem like something that you should be able to do. So, Dandy, if you would like to swing on your descent, you can do so.
Yes.
The attack will be at disadvantage, but if you hit, I will let it be an auto crit.
Cool. So
Reckless
just
attack
hit
wouldn't
the attack?
cancel anything out, so it would be an attack at disadvantage, one attack, as you drop.
Okay.
Fortunately, 9 does not hit. You do hit the
Okay.
ground in front of the creature. The gargoyles are still well up and above you. You take 5d6 fall damage, halved. So only 7 damage on your land.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
It didn't hit, so I can't use the. I can't initiate Stormora, right?
You can.
still.
It's just
do
a
that.
bonus action to initiate. But the gargoyles are still several feet above you. They're still 50 feet above you. So you could.
Okay.
Oh well, you would know that this dragon has a considerable range. So moving farther away from it would provoke opportunity attacks.
Oh no, I'm just gonna kind of stay on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna rodeo this bitch.
Right. That brings us to the gargoyles, who are going to fly down because they have 60 feet of fly. They do not need the drop. They're going to spread out when they get down there, though. Okay, here we go. Silrin, one is swinging at you. 6 with the bite, 18 with the claw.
18 hits.
5 slashing.
Hold on.
Yep.
Where am I? Or let's just.
No slashing. Alright, Brevin. 1 is next to you, claws and bite. Unfortunately, it does crit you, Brevin, for 10 slashing.
Oof.
The bite attack misses, though. Drake, the 1 on you. 10 with the claws, 22 with the bite for 4 piercing. Drake, your turn.
Alright. Alright, so... We're gonna attack the dragon this time. We're gonna do those. We're actually gonna quicken a mind sliver on it.
Okay.
DC 14 for it.
Okay. DC 14 int. We lost the music. On the int save, it gets 4.
Awesome. Take 6 damage, and I'm gonna follow up with a blindness
You
deafness.
said that it gets a negative modifier to its next saving throw.
Yep. So
It's
I'm
making a
gonna
saving-
cast.
It's making a saving throw as soon as you hit it.
Mhm.
Negative 4.
Give me a second. It's not rolling.
I think it's a minus 1d4. It's like the opposite of bless.
Yeah.
It's 1d4.
I just did D4.
Dang.
So, you see again as it kind of shakes its head, taking the psychic damage, and the flame sputters a brief moment before reigniting and flaming up in its eyes again.
Okay, interesting. So it looks like if it takes enough damage, it could come back. In the meantime, I'm gonna use blindness deafness on it.
Our spellcasters can make Arcana checks if you want to see what's going on.
Oh, sure.
Let me see what I get. I'm
Okay. Yeah, with the 15, you guys know that this creature is obviously under some sort of magical compulsion, but any details, specifics about it are lost on you. Right, Drake, anything else?
Yep, I'm casting blindness deafness on it. I'm gonna attempt to make it blind.
Constitution?
Yes.
Okay, It's a 27.
Damn, I figured his con's pretty high. Oh well.
Wow.
Wait, can I even get there? No, I can't. Well, I gotta spread as much as possible. I will go to the corner over here. That'll be my turn.
Okay, Horus.
Okay, I'm going to take a dodge action, and then I'm going to yell and charge behind the dragon. Ah! Hopefully catching some of its attention.
Yeah, it definitely swings its head towards you as you run past it screaming.
Yep, okay. That's it. I am behind it, so that hopefully it will turn to me.
Brevin.
I'm going to attack this gargoyle in front of me right quick. I'm assuming a 25 hits.
25
but,
certainly does.
What bonus? Thing is, I don't think I can really disengage without it attacking. Well,
Didn't attack me when I just ran away.
Oh, it would have. Sorry, Horus. It would have gotten an opportunity to attack against you, but
okay.
it would have missed.
Well, then it's spent.
Indeed. It is.
I'm going to use a once a day thing that I have due to the Fey touched feat I took. And as this gargoyle looks, Brevin just transforms into mist.
DM just dropped.
I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm having a technical difficulty, but I'm still in Discord, and I still have one server in. You guys are good.
And he re-solidifies up here 25 feet away. And then he's going to do his 5, 10... 15, 20... He's going to stay about right there where he's got some distance and everything, but everything's still within range of him being able to blast it. And I believe that is it for him.
Okay. There we go. We're back. Sweet. Sorry, my initiative tracker dropped out of place for the recording. Okay. Back in right now. All right, that will bring us around to Silrin. 6 damage. Can you ping the one that you did damage to, Brevin? Thank you.
Oh, the one I did that one right. That one right there.
You got it.
How do I get rid of that now?
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, Silrin. Nice. It's definitely a hit.
And then he'll offhand. So this is just a regular rapier.
Okay. 18 hits. 24 certainly hits. Another
yeah.
7 minus 4, so 3, and then 6.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. Silrun, the one in front of you, crumbles to dust as your rapier once again finds a crack and pushes through, breaking it down.
Ooh, perfect. This means I can move on this turn.
Excuse me.
Do I want to get closer to this thing? Yeah, I think Soren's just gonna fall back a bit, trying to get some distance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eastern.
He is going to. He believes he is flanking the dragon and helping the party.
Nice. You can do it,
If
E.
he is or not, it's a whole nother story.
Right. R to the dwarves. They don't seem to understand what's happening to their friend, making insight checks for them. So yeah, the
Something
one closest
bad.
to them is just going to step closer and put his hands up in front of Clarion and start pleading with the dragon to stop, come to its senses, but it pays no heed. Other two dwarves are going to approach over to here and take some swings at this guy. For 3 hits, good stuff. 18, did good damage on the hits too. 18, 25 total damage to that guy.
Nice.
Right. Who would like to do the honors?
Not it.
Well, Ace did it last time, so I suppose I will.
D6. Right. Okay.
Did I save us or did I doom us?
You have not doomed anybody. You are good. I need everyone to make wisdom saving throws as the dragon rears up onto its hind legs, expands its wings to cover a huge portion of the wall it stands against, and lets loose this terrifying roar. Everybody to make wisdom saves.
Is this a fear effect?
It is.
I'm immune with my form of dread act.
Fantastic.
Dandy's still riding her.
Man,
A dragon
fuck
will
this
never
dragon. We're out of here.
never scare the sorcerer.
Alright, good stuff. So, Horus, Soren, and Dandy, you all are frightened. I'll go ahead and add the status marker for you guys right now.
What does that mean for us?
I will let you know right now. Here it comes.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
That we get to
Because
do
Dandy's
what
gonna
we should
fiddle.
have.
She's doing it on the dragon.
It then reaches down and attempts to bite the dwarf that was just pleading with him. Gets an 18 to hit and does 32 piercing. You guys see him reach down and grab the dwarf, rear up, and just whip him back and forth a couple times before flinging his body against the wall. Horus, it then turns to face you, rumbling deep growls in its throat as it rears down to get at eye level with you, before lunging at you with its claws.
Well, I'm afeared, but I'm also heavily armored.
Yeah.
Alright, Horus. It is a 30 and a 21 to hit.
With disadvantage?
It's... Sorry, what?
He was
I took a dodge action.
Oh, cool. Disadvantage. That 30 turns into a 21. The 21 is the lower of the two, though. On the second one.
21 misses.
This is twice. Fantastic. 2 21s.
Like I said, I'm afeared. but I'm armored.
Nice. All right.
Turtle protocol activated.
It's amazing.
Right, Dandy.
Uh-huh. Am I still on top of her? Because I'm just gonna hunker down and.
Make an athletics check. See if you can hold on. It would be at
Acrobatics or athletic?
athletics.
Okay.
At disadvantage 12, Dandy, you are bucked loose and land prone. We'll just say in the space that you're on right now.
Okay. Can I still swing at it or nah?
You can't move closer to it, so unfortunately not.
Okay. I am going to. Can I fling my war pick at it?
Yeah, you could throw something at it for sure.
Sweet. I'm gonna fuck my war pick.
Throwing of a okay, well it doesn't matter. Unfortunately,
sorry.
12. Oh, that's athletics. What am I looking at? Confusion. 18.
My war pick, I threw it.
All right, 18 does hit.
Yay!
For future reference though,
Yes.
a weapon needs to have the thrown property to be thrown properly. Versatile, I think, is the no. Versatile's two-handed. I think it just needs to have the thrown property. But yeah, we'll go ahead and allow it this time, and we'll do that 6 piercing.
Okay.
Javelin.
Can I
Javelin to throw.
add my storm aura?
Bonus action, absolutely.
That's a D10, right, guys?
You roll I think it's a D6.
Yeah.
D6. Sorry. I count on Hank.
All right. And what's the range on it? Is it 5 feet or 10?
Let me find out.
Storm.
That I
10 feet.
cannot
nice.
remember.
It's 10 feet.
10 feet.
Dragon takes 2. And again, you see that strange flame in its eyes flicker for a moment.
Does the radiant damage help at all?
The radiant damage doesn't help, but you guys are noticing that whenever this thing takes damage, it struggles against whatever is binding it.
Sweet.
It's just not quite getting there, though. It's still hostile.
Yeah, so pass that information on to our dwarf friends.
I'm too engrossed in the fact that I just saw Danny throw a mining pick at a dragon.
To be fair, it's a fire giant one.
Very large. Right. We're back to the gargoyles. So Horus, you shouted out to your dwarven brethren that it's under some sort of mind control, relaying the information to them?
I don't know, because I don't have Arcana and didn't make that check.
Right. Okay.
But if that's something that other people know, they should pass it on.
I'll yell it out.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. The gargoyles' turns. Yep, Drake, the 2 closest to you are coming at you. 2 bites. 9 and 23. The 23 is 8 piercing.
Oof.
2 claws, an 8 and a 7. Drake, did those hit?
8 and a 7?
I'm
No.
just joking. Alright, and okay, then this one is going to swing at... Yeah, it'll swing at Dandy. And miss on both counts.
Nice.
Okay, Drake.
Let's see here. We're gonna do our phase step real quick. We're gonna hop over to. Let's see.
Have you got a magic missile?
These two need to make charisma saving throws, or be charmed. By me?
They get an 18.
Both of them got 18?
I just rolled one for each, one for both of them, but I'll roll it again. So we'll say the one down here got 18.
Okay.
Second one. Also 18.
Alright. They're not charmed. A little bit. I feel like this dragon can, if we hit it with the right types of attacks, or just enough attacks, it'll turn back. So I'm gonna hit it with another Mind Sliver.
Okay. So Drake, real quick, be careful. Like your Mind Sliver, you would know that this thing is making saving throws every time it takes damage against whatever effect is controlling it.
Mm-hmm.
Giving it negative modifiers to its saving throws are hindering its chances of coming back.
Oh. Oh, okay. I was thinking it the opposite way. Oh, okay. In that case, maybe not Mind Slivering it. We'll just do.
The Mind Sliver only lasts a single turn, though, correct?
Right, but it'll take the damage and then it'll immediately make a saving throw.
Do you have
Oh,
a
so
magic missile?
does that eat it up that
It does,
turn, though?
Yeah.
Yes.
It says the next
I
saving throw.
see. I see.
Firebolt will do it.
Alright.
Unless, of
7
course, the new fire
damage.
damage would be a little... No, fire does hit for 7 damage, and it is, once again, you all see that flame in its eyes flicker for a brief moment as it makes its wisdom saving throw. The DC 20 is really high. Can't do it. It's 13.
Someone bless the dragon.
Someone bless the dragon.
Alright, I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That'll be my turn.
Okay, Horus.
Okay, I'm gonna move the dragon so that it has its back to the room, and hopefully it'll still be on me, and I'll still be dodging.
Okay, yeah, he is still
And
he
I'll-
is still pretty focused on you.
And I will boop it.
All right. Good luck.
You're such a cute dragon. Boop. Okay.
Oh, you're like not attacking, just booping it. Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
No, I
Hey, Horus, you okay?
can't attack it and dodge, and I'm frightened. So
All right. Revan.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the spell Shatter on these two gargoyles over here that are clustered together.
Nice.
They have a DC 15 to save. Yeah, we can just put it right on top of those bad boys and they can take it.
DC and damage, please.
It's a DC 15 saving throw and a 12 thunder damage.
They have disadvantage because they're constructs.
Yep.
They both fail.
Oh, yeah. And I'm going to move. Well, I'm going to move forward a little bit too.
You can't move. Oh yeah, you're not frightened. Never mind. You're good.
No. I got pause right there.
Okay. Silrin.
did we get
Sylvan.
saves versus frightened at the ends of our turn?
No, you did not. So Dandy, go ahead and make your save. Horus, you can as well.
That's a wisdom or con?
It is in fact a wisdom.
Wisdom, okay.
DC is stupid high.
Dandy's so good at wisdom. She's best at wisdom.
Fortunately, we are both still frightened. Okay. Silrin?
Soren's scared. He's gonna just drop both his rapiers, reach into his bag, pull out his lucky short bow. As a bonus action, he's gonna move Hex to the source of his fear.
Okay.
And he's also gonna blade flourish, but he's gonna use one that he hasn't used before. He's gonna use the mobile flourish to get the fear away from him. 12.
12 does not hit.
Yep.
Right. E.
E's just gonna keep pestering the dragon.
Okay, nice.
He's just gonna land right on top of its snout, stare in its eyes, and scream at it.
Nice.
Might not even be noticed, but he's trying.
And the dragon's like flicking its ear around like it's got a fly. Right. Brings us to the dwarves. And after hearing Brevin shout out that it's charmed, that something has control of it, they are both going to nod and look towards each other and charge towards the dragon. Okay, we've got 2 hits. On its first wisdom save, 14 on the second. That's the dwarves.
Okay.
Any volunteers?
Anyone up for it, or?
What do we need? A D6?
Yep, there it is. Okay, no breath weapon. Okay, but that is unfortunately not great news for Horus, as the thing takes a deep breath and does not feel its cold energy recharging, so it is just going to focus on the one in front of him, taunting it. So here they come, Horus. The bite attack is a 29 to hit.
At disadvantage?
Thank you for reminding me. At disadvantage is a 16.
That misses.
The claw at disadvantage is a 15.
That misses.
The second claw at disadvantage is 28.
That hits.
For 22 slashing.
That's a lot of slashing.
Yeah.
But okay.
Wow.
Oof.
This is great. Great strategy for Horus. Good stuff. Okay.
Ah, there it is.
Right.
Oh, I need a concentration roll.
Yeah, for your armor.
How do I do that?
It did it automatically for you right here.
Oh, okay.
If you'd like, we can set it so that. So
No, it's good.
okay. Right, Dandy.
Dandy is horrified that Horus just got like super slashed. So she's going to scream and huck a javelin.
At
And
disadvantage.
include her storm aura.
13 does not hit. Go ahead and roll a d6 for your storm aura, though. Is there a DC for the storm aura?
Let me look.
I have a question. Does 22 hit?
22 does not hit.
Disadvantage.
She's frightened.
But E gave her advantage, right?
Yeah, E is pestering the dragon, so that should counter the. That should cancel out the disadvantage.
Okay, yeah. We'll go ahead and let that go.
The aura's effect requires saving throw DC equals 8 plus proficiency bonus.
Okay, so
plus
your DC is
constitution bonus.
Plus your con modifier. Okay, well it did roll an 18. I'm sorry, a 21 on its dex save, so it did succeed.
Yeah.
Does not take any
Okay.
damage
So
there, but
take
your
half
javelin
damage.
does hit, so go ahead and roll damage on it.
Hey, on the storm aura, if it succeeds on the saving throw, it takes half damage.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so it takes 2 from the storm aura. So we'll do the 10. We'll do the 10 damage for the javelin first. You guys see Clarion is definitely beginning to look quite beat up. He's looking very rough. Dandy, your javelin strikes him squarely in the backside, like squarely on his back haunches, and he rears up in pain and roars, and you see his neck turn towards you, and this look of just, it looks just like almost confusion mixed with hatred in those blue flaming eyes. And here comes his wisdom
Yeah, me too,
save.
buddy. She's also confused and not happy to see him.
You see comprehension beginning to show on the creature's face, its brow furrowing, the flame beginning to lighten, until the flame vanishes and the creature drops onto all four of its legs. It looks around, takes a few deep breaths, and looks at the dead dwarves on the ground, and looks all around at you guys, and then lets loose this terrifying roar and lunges at the gargoyles.
Danny's just gonna fall back on the stone floor like, thank frickin' God.
The gargoyles see this, and the two here are going to swarm towards the dragon.
Oh God, we're not done yet. Okay.
And all miss. Drake.
I'm gonna throw out some more spells. I'm kind of curious if they're immune to fire. I'm assuming they are because they're made of stone, so we're just gonna keep hitting it with some good old lightning damage.
17 hits. Thunder. Important distinction to make.
Yes, very important distinction to make. So we're gonna target the one next to. I'll target the one that's like almost dead right here.
Okay. And 18 will certainly take him down.
Cool. Don't want to do a quick one spell. I will do nothing. End turn.
Horus.
Oh my. I can't really see well in the room. It's not lit well for me. Are those goblins or dwarves?
These guys here are gargoyles.
Gargoyles. I assume the dragon can take care of them. I'm going to move to here and check to see if this dwarf stabilized.
Make a medicine check.
Yes.
Brevin, he looks direly injured, but he is alive.
Well, can he be stabilized?
With a 14, yeah, we can say that he's stabilized at a 14.
Okay. That's it. I'm done.
Brevin.
I'm going to target this gargoyle that's right above Dandy, and I'm gonna blast the crap out of it.
25 hits.
However, Hex is not on that one, so
You can use your. Which one is it on? This one down here?
yeah.
Okay.
But that should be the 2 with the 4 added to it for the agonizing blast. So 6 damage to this one up here.
Got it. Okay, Silrin.
Ilrin is confused. He doesn't know. The dragon just started screaming and attacking stone gargoyles now. He's terrified. He's just gonna take another. I'll take another shot at the one that's hitting Dandy because he's not sure what's going on.
15 hits.
15. I don't have phase ire because technically it's still on the dragon.
Is still enough.
But I will use. I'll use defensive flurry for that instead. So 13 short bow damage.
All right. E.
E is primly sitting on the snout of the silver dragon, convinced that he changed the tide of the battle all by himself, and that this is his new mount to ride into battle.
He did.
Useless little son of a gun, isn't he?
I love him.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Okay. Brings us to the dwarves, who, seeing Clarion come to his senses, are going to let out a cheer, almost half-heartedly, as they've lost so many of their friends in this outing. They are going to come over and just absolutely swarm onto this cart. And all of them hit. 17. 35. So you all see these furious dwarves rush that last gargoyle and just start raising and dropping their axes over and over and over and over again. Well, that final gargoyle is nothing but a pile of dust and rocks on the floor.
They're almost as good as barbarians.
Clarion takes a few steps back from you all. You can see shame on the dragon's face as it looks around, looks at the dead dwarves lying all around, at its own claws, and then looks towards the dwarves and says, in Dwarvish, "So sorry, brothers."
Maybe they stabilized on their own. Maybe, we should go check.
I mean, one of them got flung off the castle.
We need to check and see which ones are still
Right.
survived.
You guys are no longer No, you guys are no longer frightened.
Hooray.
Yay!
So,
I'd like to retrieve my war pick from Clarion's butt.
So Dandy, he as you remove it, he turns around and he nods towards you. I apologize to you all as well. He speaks now in common.
We've all been there.
He shakes his head. He says, "I've never experienced magics so powerful." Horus, that one there is dead. He has been pretty thoroughly bitten nearly in half. The one to the south.
only a flesh wound. Only a flesh wound.
He is still breathing. Drake, you want to make a medicine check?
I'll let Horus do it.
Can't remember if I have a proficient. I'll also cast guidance on Horus as he's doing that, just to give him a little boost.
Horus, that one is also still alive.
Is also still alive. It wouldn't make sense to say still dead. Okay. Okay, we stabilized them. But 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
It's more than a person wants, but one has to take what they can get.
If one of them had to be dead, best be the one who was cut in half.
And of course, the one that was flung from the cloud. I don't think he made it.
They died bravely in battle.
And they are with their lord in Stobacor.
All three dwarves, as you say that, all three standing dwarves kind of do the fist to armor thing. The
Well,
For
Right.
clarification, gentlemen, what in the nine hells was that blue thing?
Clarion.
was
Oh,
that
sweetie, that was a
a crown of
dragon.
madness?
No, I am meaning what sort of
Oh,
dragon was that? Because that thing was.
Massive. Yes.
I'm gonna take a leap and say it was a blue dragon.
Brevin slowly closes his eyes, and you can see him just counting backwards from 10.
Brevin's with a crack team.
Speaking of,
Accept your fate.
where's
What-
Zephyros?
What was that creature's name?
Clarion shakes his head. He says, I've heard only stories. This one, an ancient dragon, a former hero among our kinds. Her name was Imrith. Drake, that name would be familiar to you. Only from legend, though. Last
Okay.
time anyone ever even wrote down in a book that they knew somebody that had seen a dragon by that name was over 500 years ago.
Dang. We witnessed quite the event.
Well, it possesses an overabundance of exceptionally vile magic, considering it mind control to this one.
Clarion
Dandy,
nods.
is Zephyrus okay?
I think he might need a moment. There was he's consulting with his gods, I think.
Brevin looks at the side of the tower, and he starts climbing up so he can check on the cloud giant.
Dandy was trying to preserve Zephyrus's pride. He's up there crying like a baby.
Okay.
Before Brevin gets too far, can I hand him a grappling hook with rope tied to it?
I already got a grappling hook and rope that I'm going to attach when I get up there. If you
That
want to
works.
loan the rope so it can be longer, I'm more than happy for that, though.
Oh yeah,
I think I got 100 feet, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be more than 100 feet up.
I've only got 50, but yeah, I'm sure you can tie it off somewhere.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so, Brevin, once you reach the second level with Zephyros on it up there, you put you up here. Brevin, you went far north on the map. Say you would have come in through the window right over here. Easy, okay?
I'm trying to find where I'm at exactly.
You're up there.
Oh, there I am. Okay.
So, Brevin, as you can see, it is quite dark up here. None of the illumination has come back on. And in the corner over here, you see Zephyros sitting on the floor. Even sitting the way that he is with his knees up, he still towers over you at about probably 12 feet tall, still sitting like this. And his eyes are just wide as he's looking up at the clouds that he can see clearly through the ceiling that is now gone from his tower. It has been completely ripped away and is now open to the sky.
I am going to clamber up on the wall, walk over here, and try to get up to what's roughly head height to our giant friend. And then I'll start poking him with my staff.
He
Because I'm pretty sure.
slowly turns his
I'm-
head towards you. He says, "The tempest has come." And he slowly just turns his head back up towards the sky.
Tempest is a exceptionally fancy way of saying a giant asshole of a blue dragon.
He nods. Says, "You all must leave this tower. I can aid you no further. I risk not her wrath." He says this without making eye contact with you, staring up at the sky.
So what are you going to do now?
"I must repair my tower. And I will go as far south as I can go." So, as he says that, Brevin, you can see over in the far corner on the opposite side of the room is what you can see what took the full brunt of the blue dragon's breath weapon when it first broke through. The wall is almost completely obliterated, and sitting in the center of that little alcove up there is a melted pile of slag. Zephyros says, "She's destroyed my navigation orb. I couldn't take you any further even if I wanted to. It would take me days to repair." He kind of
So what
lowers his head.
what specifically had her this enraged at you? Because
She says, "I meddle where I ought not. I scry. I like to know what's happening in the world. I scry. I consult with interplanar beings on the whereabouts and the happenings in the world. I must have gotten too close to something." And then he looks down towards you for the first time in a while, Brevin. "I was looking into you. You all."
What did she blow up?
Dan, do you want to fly up? By now,
Yes, sorry.
Brevin would have gotten his rope and pulley all set up, his rope and grappling hook, so you guys can all be up there now.
Yeah.
Pick you up.
Brevin's just kind of sitting against the wall about same head height as our cloud giant friend here. Though he's not having to strain down to look.
Right.
Do you think that she's going to return?
He nods and says, "If I do not leave you all behind, I am for certain that she will return to finish what she started here." And now, for the first time, you can see that there is also a very huge raking claw mark directly across the front of his chest.
Well,
From below, you guys hear the dwarves call out, "We make for Citadel Felbar! We will tell them you are allies to us, and no more attacks will come against this giant. We must depart, care for our wounded, and get Clarion back to the Citadel." They shout up to you from below.
understood, noble dwarves. And once you're there, may your halls be filled with the tales of your valor and bravery of this day.
They nod and shout back up to you. Appreciation for helping them get Clarion back without having to slay him. And Horus, they shout up to you, and they say, "And you, son of Adbar. You are from Citadel Adbar, right, Horus?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic. They say, you, son of Adbar, you are welcome in the halls of Felbar whenever you find yourselves in the mountain. And
I will enjoy that.
And they send you all a salute, and you see Clarion very gingerly take to the sky with the surviving dwarves.
I want a dragon to ride.
Well, you did ride that one at least briefly. Did more than I did. I haven't gotten to ride one yet.
He's good for her ego.
Reverend is frowning just a little bit and saying, so the issue that this blue dragon has is she believes that you were looking for information that us small folk did not need to have, correct? So, as we depart your tower here, are there any particular spots that you feel like you should tell us we really don't need to go to make sure we don't happen to accidentally stumble upon said information?
I saw, just before my strines were interrupted, desert, as far as I could see, lightnings striking and turning the sands to glass. Wings. So many wings.
Same color and shape, or various colors and shapes of wings?
He shakes his head and says that the scrying was interrupted before he could see anything more.
Well, loath as I am to attempt to abandon someone in the midst of such a hardship, I also understand if we stay here, we would probably only be inviting more onto you.
He nods and says, you must leave this tower as soon as you are able. I will send the stairs down for you. We are less than a day from your destination, from Tribor.
Well,
Dandy's just sad she didn't get to go pet the griffins. Sneak up there to pet the griffins.
Unfortunately, the aviary is gone. It's literally been ripped away.
Yeah. Sad.
is there any sort of repairs or anything we could do to help you out before we depart?
He shakes his head and says, any repairs you could assist me with would take too long. You must depart as soon as you are able.
Very well. We do thank you for your hospitality. We do thank you for your hospitality, and regret that, however inadvertently, that we had brought this tragedy upon you.
He nods and says, I appreciate it. It will not take me long to be on my way.
Hopefully we do meet again under better circumstances.
He doesn't respond.
I think that's all that my character really has to ask of him.
A dragon, even an evil dragon, the dragons fought a war with the giants. So this blue dragon isn't aligned with what's going on with the giants. Correct?
Sephiroth says that it is peculiar that the dragon would come so specifically for you all when you against the giants. He does agree that that is odd.
This creature came in here screaming about meddling, but then it essentially enslaved one of its own kind to fight against us. I believe that should the opportunity present itself in the future, this would be a wonderful one to feast upon the blood of.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh right, you're a damn pure. I was like, that's a really weird, gross thing to say.
Is in fact a vampire. I imagine dragon blood would be quite tasty. Right. So, unfortunately, Zephyros would decline allowing you all a rest here, but says that you are more than welcome to do so beneath the tower.
I figure we will just gather our stuff unless anyone has any further questions they want to ask and venture forth. Though I also suspect we probably won't go too far before we do rest because,
We got spanked?
Alright. So, if no one else has anything they would like to ask of Zephyros, would you all then be descending his cloudy staircase down to the surface?
yeah.
Poor guy. He was scared.
Alright, everybody.
Dragons are scary.
Dragon, especially that one. Alright, everybody. We will go ahead and take our break now.
Okay.
So,
Are we leveling up to level 5 during the break?
You are indeed, and Silverin, he kind of absently watches you just, like, steal his pillow.
How big of a pillow would that be?
Big. You guys look where Silverin's at.
It's a body pillow.
It's like a bed. So you all see Silverin just grab the pillow and just jump out the window with it.
I think that'd be over 5 squares looking at it.
It needs.
He's just going to put it in one of the wagons, and it's going to take up the whole wagon where everyone can pile on it.
All right, everybody. So we'll go ahead and take our break. You guys can all begin your level up to 5. So while the storm has lightened and the sky does not actively appear to be wanting you dead anymore, it is still raining, and the massive whirlwind of a tempest that was raging overhead an hour ago has weakened into this steady downpour. And once you all reach the bottom of the staircase leading away from Zephyros' tower, you find that you were situated directly above a lake. On the banks of which you guys can find some relatively sheltered caves and whatnot. Looks like a relatively safe spot if you guys wanted to rest here. Or you could, of course, press on to Tribor.
I am okay with us taking a rest if the party wants to, considering we kind of got a, we kind of went through a rather tough ordeal there.
yep. And now we've got that awesome 10-foot feather bed in the back of the wagon.
You mean I have a 10-foot feather bed?
Here.
Alright, everyone, so you can go ahead and take your long rest. Your level up should have taken care of most of it for you, but be sure you check your hit points and your spell slots to make sure that it went all through for you. Also, you guys will notice that you are all situated far out into the Western Sea on the main map now, so that whenever you guys need your tokens, they are out there waiting for you to use abilities, do checks, all that kind of good stuff from. So just for future reference, they are over here now.
Here they are.
Alright, everyone, so it was deep night when that attack occurred. Zephyros letting you all know that you were only a couple hours of flight outside of Tribor, but your journey on foot, unfortunately, will take considerably longer. Your cart was miraculously undamaged during that whole attack. It was on its side, so pretty messy inside, but no structural damage to the cart. And your horses all managed to stay safe next to the tower, as Imrith was climbing the opposite side of it when she appeared. So, Drake, let me know the next time that you get a chance to contact the Order and speak to someone in length, and let me know when you relay the information and that name to them.
The next break that we take is probably when I talk to them.
Okay. So if you talk to them during that long rest, if you sent a message to them and told them about that, their initial response to you would have been disbelief. And on your insistence, they say that it's basically, okay, we'll get back to you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Do you need us to also contact Moss Bottom, whatever her name was?
That's just going to be canon now, isn't it? Her name is just Moss Bottom.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's Katha Moss Blossom.
Moss Blossom, sorry.
You're good. And when you guys messaged her back in Waterdeep, exasperation would be the first thing. Like, really, now what? Now dragons? Now we have ancient primordial dragons roaming around? Cool, you know? She would have been quite upset about it. But
we were too.
Yeah. All right, everyone. So, you all finish your long rests, and judging by the fact that you are right next to a big old lake, you guys can figure out your position relatively easily. Zephyros was staying pretty close to the long road, so it doesn't take you long to make your way back to the road. Now, are you all ready to hit the road and head north to Tribor? It will take one full day of travel to get there.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it.
So, could somebody please, let's get 3 d20s on the board.
Okay. I do one.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So, about 2/3 of the way through your journey towards Tribor, assuming you all left relatively early in the morning, the sun would be beginning to set as you were getting close to where you would know Tribor to be. And finally, after several days of gloom and slow falling rain, the sun finally begins to break through, just as it's setting, casting magnificent colors all around, making those light beams through the clouds breaking down towards, and you're beginning to see what looks like little farmsteads coming into view farther ahead. And those of you that have been near or around Tribor would know that these little farmsteads would signal the fact that you are, in fact, getting very close to Tribor itself. So, as I mentioned, you guys are beginning to pass by a few farmsteads. There's no one outside as it is getting late. What do y'all want to do? It'll take you about another hour or two on the road. You would get to Tribord just as the sun was setting, just as night officially fell.
Might as well press on.
Pressing on.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm having a bit of a technical difficulty here. Can anybody hear music?
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah.
And now it's stopped, I'm assuming.
Nope, still going.
Also interesting.
Now it stopped. Violins.
Really? I don't know where the music is coming from, guys. That's the technical difficulty I'm having. I'm like getting signals of music coming through, but I haven't started anything yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Okay, it should have stopped now.
No.
Still going.
I'll try and reconnect.
Yeah.
and see
Can
if,
you guys
if-
refresh your browsers for me real quick?
Yes.
There we go. Okay, I've got it back now. Sweet.
Doggone it, what's going on?
I still have violins.
I do as well. I still have music.
Okay, yeah, I've got it back now. Okay. Fantastic. So, with the sun setting on the horizon, you all begin to see the farmsteads begin to be closer and closer together as you pass by them, until this cluster of farms and homes begin to appear more and more like a small town. And as you all approach the town of Tribord proper, a group of 13 riders approaches on the long road, obviously heading straight out of Tribord and towards you all before you can enter the town.
Well, this is
These-
curious.
What do you guys do as these 13 riders approach you all from the north, from Tribord?
I just make sure that the oh god, there's no good way to say this.
Is your staff prepared?
I was gonna say rod for the rod of the pack keeper, but that sounds even worse. My arcane focus is prepared just in hand, just in case.
Okay.
Oh god, this doesn't sound good. Oh dear.
I mean, are they full bore, like headed toward
they are
us? or
not
just
charging towards you.
okay.
They are definitely not charging towards you. They're definitely heading your direction. I mean, the road with 13 riders on the road, there's really no. They're not like they are definitely heading towards you, but their
Right.
weapons are not drawn. You don't have spears pointed at you or anything like that.
Good sign. Map's gone crazy.
Maybe we should get off the road to let them pass.
What's happening with the map on your end, Andy?
I have no idea.
It's huge and I can't zoom it out.
I thought that was the map everyone saw.
You guys should have a
Oh,
zoomed out
okay.
version of Tribord. You should be able to see a large town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Okay, sorry.
There we go. Okay. I suppose I'm going to
Oh.
Okay.
just kind of look and see what they have to allow.
So when they're about 20 feet away from you, Roll 20 is having some weird issues tonight. Okay, so when they're about 20 or 30 feet away from you, the one in the front holds up a hand. The group comes to a stop, and one individual at the front of these 13 riders, her being the 13th, they would approach, and they would remove a cover that was across their face, and you would see her looking down at all of you from the top, from perspective. Looks around, says, "What business do you lot have in Tribor? And furthermore, more importantly, do you have anything to do with that lightning storm last night?"
What's a lightning storm?
Kind of gives you
No.
like this wry smile.
Our business in the town of Tribor involves some we are looking for an individual. Oh god, I forgot what the guy's first name was.
Daphne's uncle. I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I know
I
it's
don't
Daphne's
remember
uncle, but
his
not
name
what his
either.
name was. Ah, curse you, Hank's memory.
The last name was
So-
Nandar.
We are looking
Man.
for a man with the last name of Nandar. His niece, Daphne Featherstone, sent us up here to speak with him.
She takes a moment and says, "Nandar, you say?
Yes, ma'am.
There is in fact a Nandar family here. What was it you said what business is it you said you had with him?"
The
Uh,
town that
Family
his niece-
business.
Yes.
You guys go into any more detail?
Oh yeah, we have to tell him about his family
Uh,
business. It's kind of personal, right? It's like family's business. I mean, are you related to him?
She shakes her head. She says, "No, I have no blood ties to the Nandar family." And at this point, she'll swing herself down from the horse, and she'll take a few steps forward towards you all. And she'll extend a hand to whoever's out in the front. Say, "Name is Dorothra Shendril. You heard news that a group traveling out of Waterdeep might be heading this far north. I'm assuming you are that group."
You assume correctly.
Yeah, based on the description we were given of you all, kind of hard to miss you lot.
Thank you.
I mean, it's strange. Why would they send you a description of us?
Well, you guys have been making quite a few waves. From Waterdeep and Nightstone all the way up to here, word travels fast. And a place like Tribor, well, we like to stay in the know.
So, what was the last word you had about the town of Nightstone?
They're doing well. Daphne appears to be taking on the role of leadership relatively well for her age. She's got some decent help, but old surly dwarven man in town is making sure she keeps everything in line.
You must not be well informed, because when we last left, I'm having a dumb moment. That place was in shambles.
Right. Giant attack. We heard of that as well. But considering what she was left with, I would still say that Daphne's doing a good job. At least from what I've heard.
You've heard wrong.
Says, you are just pleasant, aren't you? And then okay. She says, well, I don't see you all as too much of a threat. At least not to the town's people. Maybe to your enemies. And she looks around towards all of your weapons. She says, but hopefully you find
It's
no
been a
enemies
rough
in
run.
Tribal.
Are you like a sheriff or something?
She would nod and say, or something.
Do
I am
I see
the-
the symbol on her chest from the picture?
Would.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
You would most definitely see that symbol on her chest. And she says, I'm the current Lord Protector of Tribor. These men behind me, these men and women are the 12. We do our best to make sure that, well, the same folk that you run into don't cause too much trouble here.
Well, with any luck, our visit will be highly uneventful for you and your 12 companions.
I certainly hope so.
You come down hard on like everybody visiting Tribor, like the local farmers that come in for drinks. You guys all run out here and browbeat them before you let them in.
She gets that wry smile again and takes a few steps towards you, Silrin, kind of gives you an appraising look and says, only the ones that seem to precede some sort of catastrophic storm, dragons roaring, a tower in the sky. You all wouldn't have had anything to do with that now, would you?
No.
What's a tower?
Yeah.
You literally just looked at us and said we're not really a threat, and then you think we had anything to do with that fantastic thing?
Kind of tilts her head back and says, not a threat to my people. And if I thought that you did cause all that, then we'd be having a very different conversation. But
I mean, if we had the power to cause that, I don't think we'd ever have a conversation. Did you see that thing last night?
no, just heard. A couple farmers abandoned their homes, fled from the scene from nearby.
So there was a storm last night, and you think the first people who ride into town on the road into your town had something to do with it? I mean, you might as well just, accuse the rocks and the trees.
Well, a group of heavily armed, obviously adventurers. I just wanted to see you all and make sure that I didn't have anything to worry about. After seeing you and talking to you, she turns towards Silrin. I didn't think I had anything to worry about. Do I have anything to worry about?
I mean, you should have a lot to worry about. I mean, just look at you appraising us.
Large bugs.
Alright, so she will then ask, do you want to continue this verbal sparring here, or would you all like to visit the town?
I cannot speak for all of my companions, but I would prefer to sit on something that wasn't just the bench of the wagon for a little while.
We also have business with the Nandars.
She would say that Orthovir Nandar has a shop up near the north side of town.
Thank you, passive aggressive lady.
Passive aggressive is better than actual aggressive, right?
I mean, if she was actual aggressive, at least it'd make it simpler.
Danny's just confused. Are we fighting or not?
No. We're just accepting welcome from the Chamber of Commerce.
Are we actually welcome?
They haven't tried to stop you from entering, and they
Oh.
did. They did let you. They're not. They're not trying to arrest you or anything. It's kind of just a show of force, kind of like a "don't cause trouble in my town" type of thing.
Reverend leans over to Dandy and says, mainly they kind of wanted to see who we were in case we did cause trouble, so they know what face to put with the name. And to let us know that if we did cause trouble, there'd be people looking for us.
Approximately 13.
Approximately 13.
Unless they're exceptionally clever and there's really like 14, 15, maybe 16 actual members, and they just don't mention the 2
Right,
or 3
they
of
just
them.
call themselves the 12.
Just to throw everyone off. I mean, it's what I do.
Have you seen Shendar, the local constable? She doesn't look very intelligent. Come on now.
So we're just trying to start shit with the law.
The ones who don't look intelligent sometimes like to encourage that perception to throw people off.
That's what I do.
I hope tonight there's just a small storm so that she knows that we do control the weather. Just our power's not that great.
You know, Horus, I never believed in your god before, but if your god makes that true, I think I might actually send him a prayer. Thank you.
I don't think he's the god of rain.
Yeah.
Dandy can make lightning.
So maybe Dandy should be your god.
I accept sacrifices.
I mean, to be fair, Drake also throws lightning, so you're like competing against 2 separate things here.
I throw a big bolt of lightning.
Yeah, but you can throw small lightning all day. So do we go for the biggest boom or the most consistent zap?
I think Dandy would look better on a pedestal.
And also,
Well-
usually Drake throws fire more often than lightning.
Very true.
So yeah,
And
guys,
probably
so
will continue
the
to do
13
so.
would have parted ways and kind of dispersed and gone back up the street, and then you would have seen them split off into various parts of the town after that.
I do think that once the horses and everything are kind of settled and put in place, Brevin would like to see if he could find that one shop.
Okay. So as you guys make your way into town, you do see several people milling about the town. I've got your party token right here, so we'll just say that you guys are making your way up the main thoroughfare of town. And yeah, it's definitely a frontier town. I wouldn't call this any major settlement, although all of you would have heard of this place. Even Dandy from far up in the north would have heard of the town Tribor.
Sweet.
But yeah, so you're passing by lots of different places as you go through. On the right, you guys would first pass a structure that looks a bit odd on your right there. It looks like it's built on burnt foundations. Like it may have burnt down a couple times and been rebuilt. It does have the crossed swords and shield that would let you know that this is a weapons store. This place sells arms and armor. Stenciled across the top of the sign at the front would be the Tribor Arms. This one right here.
Cool.
It is getting pretty late, so the Tribor Arms is closed. As is the building just past it, which would very clearly be a Wainwright, a wagon shop. So you guys are looking for a place to stable your horses.
Okay.
So at the center of town, there is this. It's essentially a huge open space, and dominating the center of it is a two-story tower. It leans decidedly to the east, and hanging above the entrance is a dusty banner which depicts three black boars running towards the head of the banner on a blood-red field. You would know this to be the insignia of Tribor.
Is that the
Literally Tribor.
Tribor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I didn't even get that until you said it. Oh god, Dandy's rubbing off on my brain.
I mean, the color palette could use a bit more, but it's fine.
So, here and here, you all would see several wagons set up as little kind of temporary encampments. They are caravan campgrounds for those of you that have been to frontier settlements such as this. They are pretty common in places like this. It is a place that you can go and stake your tent, put up your wagon, and keep it there without having to pay. Of course, you won't have anyone looking after your stuff. You won't have anyone treating your animals. If you were to inquire about a place that you could do that, that would be one of two places. This one here, which would be the cart and coin, deal and feed, horseshoes, and stabling, and then there's also this place down here, which is more of a ranch. Yeah.
I mean,
So a few options for you guys to stable up.
why don't we just stake in one of these handy RV camps and just leave Frederick with our
That's
stuff for now?
a great idea.
Remind me, Frederick is a elf?
I believe he's a half elf. Might even
I
just
think
be very
he's.
human.
I think he's human since he doesn't
Yeah.
have any dark vision.
He is human.
He's a wizard.
Yeah,
But
he
he
has
doesn't
a pseudo
sing?
dragon.
But they could like back to back, you know what I mean, watch both sides. It's quite convenient.
Okay. So, as you guys are in the town square, you would see Dorotha kind of come around a corner on her horse. This is her spot, the central cower here, and she would look over towards Silverin and give the whole like point at her eyes and point at Silverin.
I do that at first. Like I see her going for it.
I think she likes you.
Love and hate are very close emotions. We keep heading north towards looking for a shop with something that says Nandar's.
Okay. She would have given you the name Orthavir.
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 Is that his supposed first name?
Orthavir
Or is it-
Nandar.
Orthavir Nandar. Okay.
So, as you guys make your way farther up north, you would find yourselves out in front of this building. Out in front, there is quite a few skins under protective tarps and things like that, but elk skins, deer skins, things of that nature. And you can see that the storefront is very well kept and has quite a few intricate carvings and designs into it, perhaps kind of promoting his design work. But yeah, this is a harness maker's shop, and on the front of it, it says Orthovir's Harness Shop.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a tannery, but that makes sense.
There is a single light in one of the upper floors. The lower floor is dark.
Let's do knock knock.
Is it late afternoon, early
It
evening,
is
night?
night. It is just become night. We'll probably say around like 9 o'clock at night at this point.
It might be better received if we wait until morning.
Nah. Soren goes up and he knocks on the door.
So you guys see a shadow appear in the window up top, just a single one, and then a few moments later, a man opens up the door.
Orthavir?
He would nod. The door kind of just cracked open, and he's kind of looking out across the filing room.
Hey, I'm Soren. These are my companions. And we have brought a few things from your niece, Daphne, in Nightstone. She wanted us to get you these family heirlooms.
It says, Daphne asked you to bring me these, and are you holding them out to him?
Yeah, or we'll show the bag that's been carrying them. I'm not sure who has them.
Okay.
You mind if we come in?
It is now a good time.
You guys show him what's in the bag. Give him a chance to see that you guys do in fact have what you say you have. So he pulls out he as you guys are looking over everything, he kind of reaches out and takes hand of the dagger that was in with all those things. He says, "So my sister, that would be Velrosa, the woman who died in the tower."
Right. She didn't make it.
He takes a deep breath, and he'll take a step back and open the door and allow you on.
We know that some of this news is probably difficult to hear.
He nods.
But
Well, Vel, he gestures you all inside and kind of shows you all to a table near the back of the building. As you guys are walking through the main storefront, there are absolutely beautiful harnesses and saddles and things like that around. The thing that stands out the most about them would be the craftsmanship in the stenciling and the craftsmanship that goes into the actual adornment of the saddles. The saddles and the harnesses themselves are of excellent quality, but they're just taken above and beyond by expert artisanship on the carvings and the emblazoning. But
They're like, I'm assuming it's dark in here, correct?
he would have been carrying a lantern with him, so you'd be able to see as he passes by.
Okay, is there like sconces on the wall or some type of like to light up the shop?
Yeah, there would be. They would be dark right now, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna light them using cantrip power.
Cantrip power, nice. Okay, so the place becomes well lit. It is a large shop. Yeah, so a large shop. You would see some heraldry around that would possibly show this man to be from Waterdeep, or at least possibly have family from Waterdeep. Brevin, you could make a you could make a history check if you like.
that's what I was actually about to ask, if there's a check I can make. Hold on just one sec here.
Okay. The seal is familiar to you, Brevin. You know that it is of a family from Waterdeep, but the exact family and the history of that family eludes you at the moment. You can make a check later. Probably, we'll say one a day, is a good checks
Okay.
is good checks to see.
Okay.
So he would lead you all inside and show you all around a table, bring you all just some basic wine and things, and hand it out to everybody. Sit down and be like, so. Sure, there is quite the tale behind how you all came across and our family heirlooms.
Well, it is fairly simple. Myself and some of my compatriots here were going to Nightstone and, well, as part of a job to try to look into some of the disturbances that the giants and the like have caused in the land. When we got there, it was sadly after an attack upon the town of Nightstone, where they had taken the aforementioned Nightstone from the town. In addition, there were various goblins and goblinoids that had infested the town in wake of the assault. The goblins were pushed out and fled, but they had taken several of the townsfolk with them. Your sister sadly perished in the giant attack as they had bombarded from a castle in the sky upon the town with rocks.
She probably threw her own rocks back at them. He laughs a bit.
Most likely, it appears as if she may have fallen, but it was in the course of her duty. However, as the goblins had taken the townspeople, my compatriots and I pursued them as quickly as prudently possible, and were able. And well, your niece was one of the people who was rescued from their caves.
Says, well, while I would have liked for Daphne to have a few more years before she was given such responsibility, I believe she'll be up to the task. Says,
Sure.
She did ask us to come up. She did ask us to come up here and deliver these family heirlooms to you. I will say that another note of concern is the Zentarum network had been attempting to make inroads into the town of Nightstone just prior to the giant attacks.
Zentarum. Black Network? Which is what they
Yeah.
have in a small town like Nightstone.
That is precisely what I wonder.
Well,
And I
if
suspect that it is part of the reason why she wanted us to bring these goods up to you.
What was that, Soren?
if you would have seen Nightstone, it wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
We're not talking about just simple farms. We're talking a lot of infrastructure damage. People killed.
You would nod and say, well, I do appreciate you all bringing these here. They will be safe here. So Daphne comes of age, and then I will return them to her. But for now, in my thanks, you may all stay here for the evening, if you wish. Or I may be able to put in a good word at one of the inns in town. I'm owed a few favors, whichever you'd prefer. And with that, we'll go ahead and call it a session for tonight, guys. When we come back, we'll get further into Tribor, and you guys can take a look around town. This is a fully fleshed out town, guys. So any building you see, you can be like, "Hey, what's that?" And I will have answers for you.
Nice.
Okay.
Right, everybody.
Thanks for the game.
Indeed.
Appreciate it.
Game good.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean.